Good morning, everybody. How are you? Today is the first day of the second quarter of the year, so I hope everyone's first quarter was very, very successful. So let's get our meeting started. Does anybody have any wins they want to celebrate?
I'm gonna call it out. Janice got hip replacement and she's already back and driving.
How's it? How you feeling?
Great.
Good. Good. Anybody top that? That's a tough one to top. Oh,
Have a new fire tape.
oh, nice.
No, you have somebody who's taking over your team. Think bigger, babe. Come on.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? Maybe not top it, but anything equally or close to equally as exciting?
Come on.
It's gotta be something.
I put 2 listings on the market over the weekend. I got 11 offers.
Wow.
Nice. Where were they located?
East Carmel,
East Carmel. Okay. What price ranges?
675, 975.
Okay.
We all wanna be Todd.
So basically what you're saying is there's several buyers out there right now still between 600 and 900 looking for something.
Spiking.
Got it. We love it.
Go get those listings.
All righty. Birthdays. We got a lot of them. I'm not going to read them all. Anybody up there in here today that has a birthday coming up this month?
Jenny,
Jenny's here.
Jenny.
Jenny?
You gotta wait till the end of the month, but you know.
Anybody else?
Ashley's coming up.
Jennifer?
Ashley.
Well, happy birthday to everyone that has an April birthday.
Katie Griffin, I know you're in here.
Luckily, no one had one today, so I won't have to tell about it.
Lucky enough, there's not one until the 7th, which is weird to have that stretch of a period with this many people.
That's true. It's true. Want to make sure everybody's aware, Friday is Good Friday. The office will be closed. You will still have full access to the office if you need it, but the staff will not be here. So once again, the staff will not be here on Friday, but if you need something, need to get in, you have full access. Shred Day. We still need a few volunteers for Shred Day.
Some people signed up yesterday.
On the back of this little half sheet, if you've got one of these near you.
About three, I think 3 people signed up yesterday.
Yeah, so we only need a handful.
We need a few more.
Easy volunteer in the parking lot.
Anyone that wants to help out, we're going to have a truck out in the parking lot. It's a very simple, easy touch for your clients. If you're the volunteer, you'll obviously be able to speak to all your clients that come through that day. So if you want to do so, please see Kristen or Val, or use that sheet that's here somewhere.
It's around, it's sitting around.
Career visioning. So there's 2 dates for career visioning: April 22nd in Lexington, April 23rd in Centerville, Ohio, which is a suburb of Dayton. Does everybody know what career visioning is? Does anybody not know what career visioning is?
Somebody
They
asked
don't.
that.
We don't.
Just tell them.
Okay, so career visioning is Keller Williams' process on how to help you hire talent for your business. So I've been through it before, but it's been, gosh, I don't know, like 5 years, maybe longer. And I am going to go through it again. I'm going to try to hit the April 23rd in Dayton, Ohio date. So if you are trying to hire someone, or you think you one day will, this is a class you need to go to. Anna McKissick is going to be teaching the class, and she's a great instructor. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll get something out of it. So if you have something planned on April 22nd, come April 23rd, and vice versa, because you need to go to this.
Isn't Tori going to? Where's Tori?
I think
Yeah.
Tori's going.
I'm going to the Ohio one, April 23rd. So if anyone wants to ride with me, definitely can. And then I just say, like, they recommend like 2-3 times, and like even they'll say like once a year if you're wanting to hire. So just it's one of those courses that you will only grow more from it each time you take it.
The April 22nd, I believe, is a Wednesday,
Yes.
and the 23rd obviously would be a Thursday. I'm going to take that one as well, and I believe Doug is. And my plan is to stay over Thursday night and see if I can find a nice place to play around the golf on Friday morning. So I would love to bring a couple other people with me to enjoy that round.
Very kind.
I'm not paying. Red Day, May 24th or May 14th. So same thing, planning committee. So we need some volunteers for Red Day. We have not decided on a,
Yeah, we have.
I'll
We
just
have
give you an
decided.
update real quick if you're.
Go right
ready
ahead.
For it. So we're going today to do a site visit to figure out what our projects are. We're going back to third phase. So we are gonna stay in Hamilton County this year up in Noblesville. There will be several projects and I am looking for people that are willing to tackle, like be committee leaders basically. So maybe it's you're in charge of the building the picnic tables or painting's a thing or stock, whatever. I'll figure out what the projects are today and put some more information out there. But if you're willing to step in and kind of lead the charge for another small group of people to tackle those projects, that would be awesome. Please go ahead and mark your whole day or whatever you can on the 14th. But we've got people that come in the morning, afternoon, full day, and then we always do a happy hour afterward, and we're gonna do it at Beer Brewing.
We'll have it, did you already say this? We'll have a sign up, not just for the planning committee, but for the volunteers that day.
Yes, once we know what the projects are better, we'll be able to have a more detailed sign-up sheet.
Val, can I add to that?
Yeah, yeah.
If you aren't able to join us for whatever reason, think about doing a food drive that we can bring that day.
Yes.
They're always under in the food that they need canned foods. So, or we'll have a couple options where you can write a check to help fund, like if we're doing picnic tables, you could buy a picnic table and get shipped there and stuff like that. So hopefully you can join. It truly is the culture of Keller Williams and works, but if you can't, think about doing a food drive with your people and we'll bring the food with us.
Thank you.
So every KW office around the world is doing something on this exact same day, which is pretty cool.
and there's a happy hour afterwards. So it's like a 2-for-1.
Exactly. Okay,
Alrighty, our tech tip. And before we, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Good, ladies first.
Wait, I'm gonna make sure.
So if you are a DocuSign user, come see me. So I originally thought, because KW is no longer going to be using DocuSign, July 14th is that cutoff. So if you have a DocuSign account through KW, it's going to be cut off the 14th of July. So come to me because there's a way that we are going to be able to get your data out of there. And if you have anything that you've submitted through command, those documents stay with us through command. So don't worry about that. We are moving over to a system called Lone Wolf Transact. So if you receive an email about that, don't ignore that. If you, where am I? We will no longer be able to manage your DocuSign templates. So we will be an office that uses .loop and Lone Wolf Transact. I'm not going to get into this right now because this could open a big can of worms. Just come see me. And then API Nation is offering 30 days to back up their files from DocuSign to Google for free. And I'll let you know when that's going to happen. So just come see me if you have any questions about this transition. You will be getting an email soon from Lone Wolf Transact, I'd say in the next few weeks. If you have questions, see me. Okay, Breakthrough 120 is replacing Ignite training that we've had for years. And you'll see the basic classes. There's only one class a day, but the classes are longer. And we have all the training, all the videos, all the materials. We are looking for instructors. So if you are interested in training, even if you've never trained before, come see me. And we'd love to give you the materials. I can get you signed up on how to learn how to train everything. It's really not as hard as you think. You're really just kind of sharing information and following the guidelines. We're really going to follow the guidelines this time. Because at Ignite, we hadn't been, we kind of been doing our own thing, but now we're going to do what KW has created. So this is going to be a very interactive program. It's not just you speaking to the students. They're going to be participating. There's a follow-up session that leadership, the mentors, Tori will be helping with accountability. So it's not just go to class and listen. You're going to be participating. And if you're interested in teaching, let me know. Also not just for new agents. It's for anybody who wants to take these classes. So it's not just new content. I mean, not new. What am I trying to say? It's not just for brand new agents. That's the best way I can say it. Okay, Beth.
Okay, this is so fun and don't shoot the messenger because I didn't write these rules. But most of you in this room are not compliant on social media. Ever. Like I'm going to show you a few that are, but for the most part, everyone's out of compliance. So as a reminder, I know it's a clutter item. I know it's annoying. Put the logo on your branding. If it is not very clear when I go to your business Facebook page that you work for Keller Williams, you're out of compliance. So the laws are that if you are not a managing broker working as a sole proprietorship, right? Like as a broker, you have to work for a managing broker, correct? That's what allows your license to function. That logo is just in line with that. Like it's saying, yes, I am in compliance with what NAR and IAR demand. So you do really have to have the logo and or the name of the brokerage on almost everything you put out. If it's real estate related, it needs to be on there. If you're wondering, do it anyway. If there's really an issue, you're like, this doesn't work, it doesn't fit on a thumbnail. That's a really good example, right? You use YouTube quite a bit. It can be somewhere else when it literally doesn't fit or couldn't be seen. There's a couple exceptions, but they're very small. So if you're questioning something, if you're not sure, make sure you just ask. Because as a brokerage in general, we're pretty out of compliance across the board. So I'm not gonna call anybody out, but I am gonna do some thumbs up for people doing it right. Okay, so this is about real estate, right? All this is real estate related, which means the logo needs to be there. If you're doing something that's not, totally fine. But this is all real estate related. This is all good. Does everybody have any questions? Yes.
If we're not using that specific logo, can we do, NP Metro North with the whole Indianapolis?
In technically probably not, but I don't think anybody would like. Dig
You won't go to jail for it.
Yeah.
That's a cool picture.
As long as the effort is made, like it's an intentional thing, I think you're pretty good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Where can people get their logos?
All of the logos, like this logo in variety, that variety, this variety, that variety, you can find them on the agent resources page under marketing. There's a Google Drive folder with all the logos in it.
KellerWilliamsIndy.com, agent
Yeah.
resources.
So I'm way out of compliance.
Yeah.
But I still like the stuff that I.
Most of you are.
Cause I post, if I'm doing an open house, I post pictures of the open house, student house, and all of it. Do I just need to put as one of the pictures, KW symbol, or do I have to actually put that on the photos?
Let me see what you're talking about and I'll give you clear direction on this. But in general, if you're creating an open house flyer like Terry's at the top, it needs to have that logo on it. Or clearly state the brokerage in text.
Okay, that's.
It doesn't have to be the
that's-
logo. Let me be very clear. It does not have to be the logo.
First picture like that,
Yeah.
slideshow with the rest of the pictures.
Right, I just post pictures of the house and then I post.
Just put the caption really clearly.
Keller Williams, any Metro.
Yeah. It can be in the caption if you're posting like a gallery.
Yep.
Or like a,
Yes.
yeah, I know what you're saying.
And if you have any questions about the logo, where to find it, please, and you didn't write down what she just said, reach out to any staff member. And if you're unsure on where the logo needs to be, reach out to the managing broker, Doug, or any staff member, and we will help you out.
Speaking of stuff.
Speaking of staff, we have a update in staff, Al, who has been a very valued member of the staff for the past 3 years, 4 years,
2.
several years.
Number of days.
Years, remember.
Val has an opportunity with Brian and Nikki, and she has taken that opportunity. So she's going to be stepping down from her role with the office, and she's going to be working for them. So she will still be around. You'll still see her, but she will be out of her current role as of April
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. All righty.
We have a backup plan, so it's okay.
And I'm not disappearing, so
Yeah.
you can call me, but
If you need any marketing things, reach out to any member of staff and we can point you in the right
The
direction.
office has a VA, I don't know, a virtual assistant that helps us a lot, and she helps with a lot of things, so don't panic that we won't have any help.
And if anyone knows anyone looking for a job, we are going to be filling that. So we will be interviewing ASAP. Our lunch sponsor, Joyner Homes. You guys want to come up?
Hello, thanks for having us today. So I'm Sarah Joyner. Lisa Cole is our business development specialist. I, along with my husband, Tom Joyner, own Joyner Homes based in Greenfield, Indiana. We are here today because we build within an hour of our office. I think this year we'll build around 50 homes. We've been in, I think 16 or 17 different counties. So this up in this northwestern area is an area we haven't done a lot of building, but would love to. So we're excited to be here today to share kind of what we do. You will see the big coffee table books. There's 2 on the chairs here that we'll take back with us, but we also spotted one right down here that was brought earlier. Those books, they're great. They're great for customer presentations, but also for you guys all to just see the types of things that we do. Like I mentioned, we're a custom home builder. We can build, we do anything from a client can pick from one of our existing portfolio floor plans. So we have over 20 on our website. That's the quickest and the easiest. They can just pick a plan and we can go. Most people though do some kind of custom architectural change. And so they'll work with, we have architectural specialists on staff. So they can look at the plan. They say, hey, I want to bump this room. I want to add a powder bath. I want a bonus room. We can do that very, very easily. We also do full design build, what a lot of people think of as truly custom. We find all of our homes, I think you'll see in the book, to be custom, but design build, they really start with a blank piece of paper and we can create their custom plan from scratch. So lots of options on the floor plan side. We also help with some site cost estimator type things. So get a good idea of what, you know, it might cost to build on a lot. And then the customer comes in with their agent, if they have one, to our design studio in Greenfield, where we pick out everything. We pick out the fun stuff with our design specialists, like the countertops and the floors and the siding color. We pick out the non-fun stuff like toilet heights and gutter colors and all that stuff. We do it all in our downtown office. So saving people the hassle of like taking their tile samples to the cabinet place and the flooring sample to the roof. I mean, it just all of it is done right in one spot. Once we are done with that, we're off to the races. So we have a couple folders over here. You'll see it has our brochure. It has our We Love Realtors form. So we do cooperate with realtors. We pay a buyer's agent commission. Of course, for any customers and clients that you bring our way. You guys can be as involved as you would like. A lot of people are very, very involved. Other people aren't as involved, and that's okay. So we're flexible. But this talks through how to register your client and how that commission gets paid. And then the more recent thing we've been doing are some proposed builds. So if you have vacant land or lots, and you'd like our help in showing that with a house on it. A lot of people see a lot and they're like, great, $100,000 lot, but can I build it? What's it going to cost me? So that's been a great way that we've partnered with agents. And this flyer tells you about that. Lisa is the one to talk to for that, for sure.
What's our best way to refer clients to you?
Yes, so we have there's actually a link right here that
Okay.
you can register your client right from that link. It's also on our website, kind of down toward the bottom. You
Okay.
can call. We're fairly flexible. We have a model home. We have 2 model homes in Greenfield. If somebody shows up and says, I'm working with, we will accept that. So we just ask that, you know, you're the procuring cost.
Okay,
Basically.
and then we, are you gonna be here after?
We're
lunch?
gonna be here for lunch, yes.
Okay,
Yep,
perfect. So
absolutely.
you will be in the break room?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
so we will
great.
go back there and ask additional questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. All righty, we've got the Winklewicz group.
Taking a long time.
We'll just walk up. It's all right.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't prepared.
You have to stay on the red dot.
I have.
Around red dot.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Gabe Leffler. This is Sean Meyer with Scott Winkwitz Insurance Group. Couple things we want to share. Forgive me, I have my phone. I don't have this written down. But recap, last month or a couple months ago, we had the Pacers tickets drawing. Brian, I believe you won that.
Yep.
How'd that go?
Went really well.
Great. Feel awesome for that. We have our new one for Q2 coming up. Those are going to be like we did last year, the Indians tickets, right? 4 tickets to the club level, all you can eat, all you can drink. June 28th, Sunday at 1:30.
Did you say all you can drink?
So it says.
Challenge accepted, huh? Send the referrals. You won that last year, right?
Yeah,
How was that? I know you got to go with Kyle too, because he won our other contest.
I brought my three-year-old or 2-year-old and something, so it wasn't as fun. I couldn't make it be.
So it wasn't all you could drink, but
Yeah,
yeah.
all-wheel drive. A lot of trying.
And I think a big thing with that, whether it's the Pacers tickets, the Indians tickets, whatever tickets we might be winning there, a lot of that we thought about. You can always say, hey, you can have all your own contests of your own, right? Offer it up to your client. Say, hey guys, I'm having a new client appreciation thing, et cetera, et cetera. You have your own spin on it. We could always open up to that as well.
So you're saying all I have to do is refer a client to you and you are going to buy all my drinks for one night?
If your name is
If
drawn.
my name's John. That seems like a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
And you'll see, I'm going to post about later today on the Facebook, but you'll see there's a link within that thing. Whenever you try to refer to us, try to utilize that link. It's just the best way for us to ensure that you guys get the credit for any referral that you send our way. And also you can select what charity you like to donate on our behalf, or we'll donate on your behalf. And make sure everything just gets fascinating.
So it's also helpful too, using that link. The stressing point too is not just to make sure you get credit, but if I'm tied up or I'm out on vacation, right, that comes into the service team. They make sure it gets assigned and somebody can reach out and call immediately versus that sitting there for days or, till the next day. We want to reach out and kind of provide that white glove service, right? So, you'd say, hey, we got a contact, they're gonna reach out to you. We do that very quickly to make sure we start that conversation. We don't want a closing to ever be delayed because of insurance. That would be ridiculous. So sooner we can get on that, the better, and that link helps us make sure we do that.
Perfect. You want to tackle it, Sean, or more back if I can start it?
Oh, just yeah, I mean, the kind of the insurance topic, if you will, just with water backup in general, that's something that we're always going to quote for your clients if they have a basement or a crawl space. Just a good reminder with all the rain that we're about to have. This is the time of year when those start to get overwhelmed, and you get that it's not just it fails, but it just gets overwhelmed. It can't handle it, and you start to get that water backup in the basement or into your crawl space. The coverage is always important, and we're going to quote that for your clients. What's better than coverage is preventing it in the first place. So one of the things that we recommend to all of your clients when you refer them and recommend to all of you would be to get, there's like a sensor you can buy with an app for your phone. So it'll alert you when those levels get too high. So if you can prevent it, you don't have to file the claim in the first place. So
We always make sure that we provide the correct amount of coverage, and we always talk about it with the client. Hey, we gave you this. Do you think we should bump it up? What do you guys think? Well, we always at least make an initial recommendation. If we think you have a basement, it's a very finished basement, etc., we think that this is the accurate coverage level. And like Sean was insinuating there, if a claim needs to be filed, we're always going to make sure the coverage is in place for it to happen. But we want to prevent that from happening in the first place to avoid the deductible and then to avoid the potential increase on your rate 3 to 5 years after that claim is filed. So testing the sump pump, making sure that the discharge line is always clear, a battery backup, stuff like that to prevent the claim to be filed is always.
any questions on that or the referral contest?
Just to clarify, it's all you can drink.
Hey,
Guys, James is all about that.
that sounds enticing. All right, Summit Title, if you'd like to follow up, all you can drink.
Good luck.
Say when I got it.
They are gonna follow up.
I am gonna follow up, Sean. Watch this. Good morning. Sorry, we're end of the month hangover here for the title company. Sorry. You guys rocked it last month. Congratulations. We had our highest month of 73 closings come through our door, which is so we thank each and every one of you that we see or we saw, and we look forward to seeing many more of you. A couple updates. FinCEN is out for now. Texas courts pushed it out. I know, right? So it's gone for now. There's a stay of it. It may come back. They're trying to push it to come back. When it does, we are prepared. We had a company vetted that you all be happy to hear. They're going to help your clients walk through the forms in the future. There will be a $225 charge, but for now it's all stayed. So stay tuned. And to follow up Sean's all you can eat and drink. We are having our open house on April 22nd. From 4:30 to 6:30. Invites will be out by tomorrow. So watch your inbox for those. And so, yes, we will be serving heavy appetizers and beer and wine. So please come join us that afternoon. I think from 4:30 to 6:30. I think it's gonna be part of the KW happy hour as well.
It
So,
is our.
okay, it is your happy hour. There you go. So see, I did follow up with the drink.
73 closings, maybe you need all the drink.
Yeah. Today I just need to still finish up a month then. So thank you for a great month and we look forward to future more.
Thank you. And Kuchik, we got drinks and drinks. It's your
Well,
turn.
I fed everybody yesterday who showed up to my event.
Fair enough.
We didn't have drinks, so. My name is Mark Kuchik with Cross Country Mortgage, and we just released a new tool that will help you that like to call your database. Now, I did a show of hands yesterday. We had 12 agents at our event. 2 people said they call their database out of 12, so we got to
Oh,
work
I
on
do.
it. But the idea is this, guys. I asked yesterday 12 agents, how many, honest answer, how many of you guys live in your ideal home? 1 out of 12 said they live in their ideal home. Last Wednesday, I asked 28 agents, same question. 4 out of 28 said they personally live in their ideal home. You guys are in real estate, so I would think you probably have a little bit more knowledge and savviness, if that's a word, on getting yourself into the ideal home. And even you guys are not in your ideal home. So think about your database. What I found is at least 70% of people will admit they're not in their ideal home. Those are the people that nobody's really marketing to or talking to, because they feel like one agent said yesterday, the golden handcuffs have them. They have a 3% interest rate, the golden handcuffs. Fact is, though, they do want to move if they knew what you knew. They would also move if they knew how they could leverage the equity they have in their current home. So as an example, one of my clients, one of my realtors I helped do this strategy with, It's just four simple questions, but it's through conversation. It's not like you're asking questions. Client owns a home today worth $475,000. If they found their ideal home, they would be comfortable going to $4,500 a month. They owe $300,000 on their loan. Through our tool, we identified they could buy a home today for $726,000 and keep their payment where they just said they're comfortable. You think going from 475 to 726, they could probably find their ideal home. Absolutely. So our tool is evoking emotion from the buyer or your seller, and then backing it up with logic, showing them the data. That data is what seals the deal for them, because they all want to probably do something they don't think they can. And that's where even prior to this, I talked to a lot of you, and you all admitted people would move if they knew what you knew. So I tried to make it easy for you through this new tool. And if you have any questions on it, let me know. I'm going to do a class here on the tool towards the end of the month, but I would love to sit down with any of you before that. Janice was there yesterday. Where'd she go? Oh, what did you tell me when you walked in today?
Better than sliced bread.
Better than sliced bread.
Renter. And they can't afford a house, you just put in like 3 numbers and he's like, could afford a house.
And show them a way that they don't think they have money to put down. And so we have, it really works. It's a fantastic out of the box way of contacting your database. The fact is, NAR, I said this probably the last meeting, NAR came out with that publication 2 months ago that 70% of agents did not sell a home last year. And I know you can disclaim certain things. Well, some of your production rolls up to the team lead and all that. Fact is, a lot of agents did not sell. The market shifted in 2023, 22 and 23, and 7 out of 10 people did not adapt in your industry because they didn't change how they approach their clients. So this tool is going to help you ask better questions. I think that's Mike Ferry's quote, I think was selling isn't telling people, selling is asking better questions. And we've got the questions for you. So thank you.
Thank you, Mark. All right, I'll let you ladies take it over from here.
Is everybody awake? This isn't gonna be fun if you don't engage, so we're gonna talk. And Chris is gonna jump in where she wants to.
Okay.
Cause I talk enough for all of us. AI is, we're gonna start by saying AI, yes, uses resources, right? So does eating food, so does taking a shower, so does streaming your videos on Netflix, so does scrolling your phone, so does storing emails, so does Dropbox, so does everything else, right? So what we're gonna talk about today, let's get over the hump of the environmental impact and instead realize that we can use it responsibly and intentionally and lessen that impact. So if that's a concern that you've had, I've heard it from several people. Let's talk about how we use a tool that you inevitably are using regardless because it's integrated into Google, it's integrated into your social media, it's integrated into so much you're doing already. So let's leverage it and use it so that you can save yourself time and build your business in a way maybe you didn't even know was possible. What we're not going to do today is teach you how to use every tool. That takes hours. I mean, that's like 2 days of workshops to even teach you the tools we're going to highlight today. What we are going to tell you is what you can do, what these tools are capable of. And then if you're interested in learning more, we've set it up as levels
classes too.
and we are going to have workshops.
Yeah.
Okay. And those workshops really are almost a one-on-one or one-on-team kind of situation because you're all going to see this differently and you're all going to want something different from it. Our goal today is just to show you what's possible because when I learned all of this, my mind was blown a little bit. And I had heard so many people talk about AI and how they use AI, but no one ever really explained how do you get from point A to point B using AI, right? Like how do you make them talk to each other? So that's what we're going to talk about today. But again, I'm not going to teach you how to do all of that. We're just going to tell you what's possible.
I will later.
You will
as
see.
time goes
Today,
on.
we're not teaching.
There's a lot as obviously we have a new document signing system. There's a lot of systems rolling out, but I promise I'll start teaching AI classes. Keep in mind, I'm learning as you're learning as well, because there's so much you can do with it. But as they say, when you teach, you learn. So
yeah,
I look forward to doing that.
So we're going to start with just a chat. Who's using AI right now? Show of hands. All right, cool. Who's going to tell me what they're using it for?
Everything.
Give me some examples. Personal, professional, both.
Both. And I jump between Gemini, ChatGPT, and I think it's the other one.
There's I forgot. There's a sheet. right there.
And you all have a
And
free
I'll send
Gemini
it out for you.
Pro
There's more
account.
of you than there is of it.
Everybody has a free Gemini Pro account through your KW email.
What else are you using it for? Just check, go for it, Vic.
I made a pretty successful Instagram video that garnered over 30,000 views and 700 likes. I used a AI script and I read it off of a teleprompter, and then I had
What was the
some,
topic?
it was about weird facts.
It's
about
so cool, I loved it, it was so cool.
So like, I told like an interesting story, used some real pictures, but there wasn't a lot, so I used like AI generated photos as well. A lot of people seem to like it, so, you know, it ended up, turning out really well.
Yeah, who else is using it on a regular basis? Dana?
I went on a listing appointment yesterday and didn't go in with comps because I wanted to kind of see the house. And I followed up by 5 o'clock. The appointment was at 2 with kind of a breakdown. You know, here's the updates that you've done to your house. Here are 3 similar neighborhood homes, you know, and AI will tell you like kind of what that sweet spot is. I hope they're accurate, but it was just a beautiful summarized email that would have taken me hours to
Mhm.
craft on my own. And yeah, I had to tweak it. It was my voice, but a lot of the data points were coming from AI.
What
Yeah.
system did you use?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, okay.
Give me another one. Who's using it in their personal life? Well, go for it, James.
I was gonna buy a new car and I had test driven several models and lots of numbers and everything changes, but then anyway. I threw all that in ChatGPT and said, break this out, the most important points, pros and cons of each. And then what would be the best recommendation for how I use it? And bam, there it was.
That's awesome. And you bought the car?
Yep.
What you got?
When I went to that class, 3 weeks ago.
Lauren
whatever
Lucas?
it was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be familiar with some of the stuff
Yeah.
we're talking about today.
I started using it a little more often, 2 personal things, I'm looking for a new car. And I've spent a good amount of time just plugging in prompts and it has spit out types of cars, why they're good for what I want, for whatever. I've used it to create art. I'm a nerd and I play Dungeons and Dragons. And it has created some photos for my group that's really, really fun. And then professionally, I gave it my Facebook page and told it to analyze it and told them exactly kind of what I wanted my profile to be like, because I use it as a personal and professional page. I don't like using them separately. I combine them.
Mhm.
And
And many of you do.
it spit out probably will be equivalent of 5 or 6 pages in about 2 minutes of an analysis of what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I can do to improve my reach within my friend group, all that stuff. So I started applying that stuff to my
That's awesome.
social media.
Very cool. Todd?
Yeah, I just planned a week-long motorcycle trip, had to do it. I said, here's where we wanna, general area we wanna go, willing to be on the motorcycle this amount of time per day, where are some interesting places, and then it found like hotels and all the.
Did you give it a budget? You
That's a good
can.
idea.
You can give it a budget.
Money's not.
You know, you just had 2 listings go this week, so. Does anybody else have anything that's really different that they're doing with it? Rick?
My granddaughter has a syndrome that I didn't understand, so
Yeah.
I went into it and asked questions and then follow-up questions, and it gave me a little bit of understanding what the syndrome was, how we can react to it, stuff like that. And I also use it to do my descriptions of properties that I list. I don't use that specifically. I'll give my description, then they'll rewrite it, and then I put it in my voice.
I would say key thing is don't ever give out anything that AI wrote without reading it first.
And you can even tell it what type of, like, do you want it to be casual, professional?
But you should always read it first.
Yes.
I always do.
Yes.
I saw one more hand. Somebody else? All right, let's get started. So first we're gonna just talk about I don't have enough in-depth knowledge of this to get too deep into this, but I know that AI is just like this very foreign concept for some people, but think of it like an automated brain. It really does. It can think, it can reason, and it can do a lot of things, but it is not, there is a form of AI that can do a lot of that on its own, Where we are talking today is still generative AI, it's input AI, it's input based. You are driving, it is doing what you tell it, okay? So I think the next slide is the level 1. Oh, shift your thinking. This is for all levels. Okay. So yes, you can use Google and AI LLMs very similarly. You can ask them questions, but if you really want to leverage this tool, use Google to ask questions. AI, if you want to have a conversation, ask follow-up questions, that kind of stuff. But I would say first, there is work to go into using AI, right? Like any other tool, it's only going to work as much as you put into it. So sit down with it and ask it to ask you. I think 100 questions is a lot, but really the work you guys do is really intricate, right? So maybe you get to question 40 and you're like, all right, we're done. I'm good. I feel like you know enough about my business, but have it ask you questions to build its concept of understanding of what you do and who you want to serve, because that's different for all of you too. Give it a role. So Brody uploaded his Facebook and asked it to analyze that. Give it a role. Tell it you can upload all kinds of things up there into the system and ask it to be a coach for you. You can ask it to be an accountability partner. You can put in your 411. You can say, this is what I want to achieve every week. Be my accountability partner. I mean, it can do all kinds of things.
That's
Well,
correct.
Yeah.
How does that then hold you accountable? Is it?
Well, you have to go in and check in with it,
you have to
or
check in, but so it doesn't have the ability to text you or,
there are certainly platforms that can do that.
okay.
From a ChatGPT, Gemini standpoint, we're not getting that in depth today, but there are things that you can build out. There's apps that even do that actually.
I'm sure it's gonna be.
Ask it to ask you questions. So when you're working on a project with it, the project you just had, with your email to your clients, ask it to ask you questions so that it doesn't anticipate answers for you. So you say, this is what I need. Ask me any clarifying questions before you move forward. It will. It'll ask you questions and then your output will be so much better.
And Liz is talking about adding perspective for realtor, investor marketing, like specific words like that too.
Yeah, I mean, you can use this in so many ways. If you who works with investors on a regular basis? Okay, so you know how investment works. You need 1%, right? I mean, the goal is 1%, right? On return. You can put parameters into AI. It's in like a project, and you can go into that project and upload the property, and it'll just tell you yes or no, right? So if you have a list of properties that come out on the MLS every given Thursday, whatever your day is, and you want it to analyze any great investment property opportunities, then you have an email that you can send all your investor clients every Thursday or every whatever day.
Hey Doc, can I follow up?
Yeah.
Like what Mark said, so I use Gemini a little bit, and there's actually a Gemini app you can put on your phone. And this will probably surprise you guys, but I have a search set up to look for specific cars. And I get an alert on the app every day at 11 o'clock because it runs the search again. So it'll tell me if there's anything new.
Well, and you can set that up with the MLS, right? So it can search for properties. There's just so much it can do. Like we could go a million directions with this conversation. So I'm going to try to keep it. Very important tips that I wouldn't have necessarily thought about is the average reading level is 5th grade. Most of your reading levels are a good bit higher than that, but believe it.
Some of us haven't read since.
But your consumer is the average person, right? So that's who you're speaking to. So don't use real estate jargon and teach your platforms to use 5th grade reading levels in its communication. Okay, we're going to shift into level 1, I think. Yeah, okay. We already talked about this for property descriptions. Make sure you can even just ask it to make sure it's compliant with NAR, IAR guidelines, fair housing, all of that. It knows what that is, so it will give you that. I've even seen where somebody sent me something to create a flyer. I threw it into I don't know if it's ChatGPT or Gemini, and it highlighted a few points that like these are legal, but maybe you are risky here. Change this word to this word. And so it's pretty interesting. Virtual staging, who's done it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? It can be a little challenging.
You have to be careful with it because it'll change the house.
It sure will.
We just had one that it's a listing that's not in great shape but they repainted it. They painted it white So we just went through and instead of having photos redone, we just changed them. But it puts mirrors on walls,
Mhm.
it will move doorknob, like,
Your prompts are very important.
you can just say, change the color, change the wall colors to white, and it will put a desk.
Yes,
right?
you
just have-
almost have to tell it what not to do in the same vein that you're telling it what to do. I just used it to stage a house yesterday.
Which platform?
Yesterday, I used, I think Gemini.
ChatGPT good at it?
Gemini?
Gemini is sort of.
That's all.
You know what? I find them pretty interchangeable there, but I think I'm pretty consistent with my prompts. I'll find out what I used and let you know.
Todd, are you in Gemini or Gemini Pro? Are you using?
You should all be in Gemini Pro.
It's
Yeah,
pretty,
you know, I
I
log
keep
in,
saying it.
it's in my KW account.
That's Pro, yeah.
If you don't
Um,
know how to set up that account, just email me.
Have you guys ever been on the way to a listing appointment or a buyer's consult and you just were kind of a little bit nervous for whatever reason? Okay, right? So what if you could like practice some of those nerve points on the way to the visit? You can turn your microphone on and you can talk back and forth to ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or one of the other million platforms out there. And it will give you real market data. You can say, this is what I know about this client. This is what I'm a little nervous about. What are some information points that I could share with them? You can practice the back and forth. You can use the voice code. That's the one thing that I think I felt so like, I've never used the mic. I've typed every single thing in there forever. So use the mic. Business analytics. This is kind of what Rody did, right? So you can upload your Facebook, your Instagram, your P&L, your closings from last year, and you can ask it to do certain things. Analyze your business. Who knows who their ideal client is? Like you're very sure you could tell me right now if I asked you a follow-up question. If you're that sure. All right, 2 of you, for 3 of you, maybe 4 in the whole room, okay? If you really want to narrow down who your ideal client is, this is a tool you can use to figure that out. Based on the data you upload, based on the closings you've had last year, the last 5 years, it's going to tell you who you're working with. So there's a lot of things that you can do. And then what you can do from here is use that information for your ideal client to build the content, the things you're doing, all target that specific group. Does that make sense? I'm going to get further into it next, but I just want to be clear. Like if you don't know who your target client is, that's probably your first step. Yeah.
I'm just curious, I haven't worked much with AI. You're talking about putting multiple commands into that. Do you write it down and speak it all at once, or do you type it out, comments? I mean, how do you enter all that?
Just speaking's easier than typing.
Speaking's easier, but I have been typing it in the whole time. You don't need to spell it right. Your grammar doesn't need to be right. I don't even fix words that I know are spelled wrong.
So you say, okay, I'm working with an investor and he wants to spend between $300,000 and $400,000. He wants to get 4 bedrooms. He wants to have a 15% return on his flip, and just talk like that.
Yes.
There's a little mic at the bottom.
Yes.
Either on your
And you
desktop or
can
your app.
Tell it where to pull your search from.
So look from the.
It's so much easier than you think. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's-
that's this part of it, level 1. Anybody in this room can do it.
I typed in stuff,
Just
but
say
they were
it.
very basic, 1 or 2 commands. I have to type like, I have 15 commands that I need you to get. And I think, what if I do all that and then I forget one? Just say, add this to the command I just.
Yeah. Oh, you can keep revising. The other thing I would recommend is when you finally get to your product that you want, ask AI, how could I have asked my first question better to get here faster? And it will teach you how to write better prompts. That was an aha for me for sure. Yeah.
So my,
I know I'm talking.
so my sister-in-law is a pharmaceutical rep. So when she goes to different doctors, she would say, hey, I'm going to an older doctor that blah, 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 that's very set in their ways, or however that works out. Give me a prompt or help me understand a different way to approach his objections. So if we have a engineer that we're going to do a list of or a
Creative,
whatever it is.
yeah.
A graphic
sometimes you
designer,
can
yeah.
ask them that, and it'll help you reframe their mind on how you're facing objections as opposed to
Even if
you can even ask it to predict objections for you, and then
Correct.
you'd have that conversation in the car on the way there.
correct. That's what she can say.
You can even ask it if you feel, let's say you're kind of upset with a client or you're frustrated with them and you feel like your email's not coming across very nice. You can ask it to rewrite that email.
Or
It's-
with agents. Or I had used that.
Or with other agents, correct, yeah.
Or if you don't feel like writing the email in the first place,
That
you
too.
go into AI and you say, I'm need to get this point across and I need it to be direct but kind. Or
Right.
whatever your tone is. That's mine. My favorite one is direct but kind.
Yeah, but
Uh,
Cindy's like, what?
So you just tell it what you need it to say. And then you don't come across as feisty as you really sound in your head.
Right.
Of course, always chat.
That's it.
So 1,000%, please, if that's the one thing you take away from today, it is don't send anything you have not read. Do y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I know you have this, Dana. There are note takers for you, and laws in Indiana allow you to use them. Claude, do you have a with you?
Claude.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
I can.
It looks like those wallets you stick on the
Do you
back
want
of your
me to put a
phone,
picture?
and it will.
Picture?
Sure. I mean, they're the
If
same.
I can get it up.
Whisperflow and Plod. Plod's like 180. So you can set Plod up.
180, what do you mean by that?
$180. Sorry. Yeah, $180.
What are you saying?
Plod.
I'm gonna, it's not
He-
Claude, it's
this
Claude. I'm gonna pull it up in just a minute.
PLAU.
There is also a Claude. That's a LLM. This is Plod with a P. And it records your meetings and it will automatically put those in a note format. You can also hook it up so that your notes go into command. It can go into a form. It can do all kinds of things. It can set up an automated follow-up email, which I'm going to teach you how to do a little bit high level after a meeting, so that you've had the meeting and you've set this up so this happens. That's what it looks like. It's about the size of the back of your phone. It literally looks like it sticks on the back of your phone.
Yeah. Is it hardware?
There's
and
bracelets,
software?
there's necklaces. Do what?
Hardware and software?
Yeah.
And it works with an ass.
Yeah.
Am I correct on
There's
that?
like
I
little
don't have one
bracelets
yet.
you can wear.
Yeah.
There's wearable.
It's not always attached to, it doesn't always look like that. I don't have level 2 memorized, so. But that's level 1. Any questions so far? Yeah.
I just wanted to add, if you do Zoom meetings, you can use Otter AI.
Yes.
And record your Zoom.
There's like 12 of those, like, go into your meetings and just be careful where you use those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Any questions about level 1? Any ahas that you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to use this? All right, let's go. Okay, level 2. So who knows what a lead magnet is? All right, cool. Not a lot. I didn't either. So it's literal. Your leads, you want them to gravitate towards you, right? Magnet, lead magnet. So what most of us do is word vomit what we know on other people because that's just what we know, right? But instead, if you could create like, what's the thing? People run from fear more than they run, or run away from bad more than they run to good. Who has that quote in their head? You know what I'm saying? Pain and
If
pleasure.
you move towards pain. or
Thank you.
away
Away from
from-
pain more than you'd rather go towards pleasure. So if you create a pain point for them, a risk, based on what you've already established as your target population, right? Because you've used AI to deduct what that is. You can now create content that is so much more impactful and so much more attention grabbing for your specific group that they're more willing to engage with you beyond you just telling them what you know about real estate, right? So use AI to come up with your content by starting with your target population and then ask it, what are good lead magnets for this population? Because then that's what you're going to use to create your content, your videos, your static content, anything you create. You can use that as your starting point to get people to want to engage. Because now it's fear of missing out is a good way of putting some of the way the content works. 5 red flags in Indianapolis home inspections, right? I mean, that's like a very basic one. Okay, so that's one way I would use AI to further refine the content that you're spending so much time creating anyway. Let's make it good. Gamma. Okay, who loves making PowerPoint presentations and websites? Yeah, me either. So most of us, that's not our thing. You sell real estate. So Gamma is a really cool AI platform where you can do it a couple different ways actually, but you can give it like a quick prompt and ask it to fully develop your content. You can give it the content and ask it to put it in a presentation, and it'll create a website too. Where am I at? Okay, so now I'm going to go down to ManyChat and then I'm going to go back to Gamma. Are you following so far? Okay, ManyChat. Have you guys ever seen something that says comment blah, blah, blah below, and you'll get a free blah, blah, blah in your inbox, right? And you get it so fast. You know they're not sitting there clicking that, right? ManyChat does that for you. So if you make this really awesome video from a lead magnet from your target population, now we're 4 steps deep, right? You get where I'm going with this? You have really targeted content, you make a video, and they now are so hooked because you've been intentional about what you've provided. You say, if you want more information on this, comment XX whatever below. Make it really unique. It's too generic, you'll get too many. And then you've set up in ManyChat an automated direct message that goes to them. It can also comment back and say, check your DMs. Now, on top of also doing that, you've added more comments to your content, which tells the algorithm that you're important and it needs to move your content to the top. Does that make sense? The more comments you have on content, the more engagement you have on content, the more people are going to see your content. So ManyChat is the one that can automatically respond with whatever you've set it up to do. I know that sounds like complicated. It's so not.
Does it integrate with what, like?
Facebook,
Instagram?
Yeah, whatever you need, whatever you connect it to.
There's 6 different platforms that it works.
So then, okay, I'm gonna paint a big picture, don't get lost. I'm a consumer. I type in that word. You send me a link in my direct messages to a PowerPoint presentation that Gamma created. And now I have that resource. In that resource, at some point it says, so fill out this form or schedule an appointment with me if you'd like to talk more about blah, 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 right? Then you've got your Calendly link. So they schedule an appointment. To schedule the appointment, they have to fill out a Google form that gives you all the information you need. You can stack AI. I'm going to get there. So that's straight into command. So now you went from not even talking to this person to an appointment. And you have all the information you need because you asked them for it. It's already in command. And that happened all at 10 p.m. while you were asleep or partying or whatever you're doing, you know? So it's like a constant lead generation thing. It does take some time to set up, but it is not hard. It just takes time. Video editing, really overwhelming for most of us, probably not most of our things, right? But if you can do a long form video, Opus will break it down into shorts for
Somebody
you.
using that here? That's somebody might be using.
Are you guys using Opus? Yeah.
Can you explain how?
For me, I just recorded like a 10-minute video clip that I was uploading to YouTube and then threw it in Opus and said, clip this into like 8 10-second clips that I can use as shorts.
You can even actually connect Opus to your social media, so it'll throw it out into your stories for you.
It will also tell you, if you take, like Brody and I were just talking this morning, you have a new listing. You do your video walkthrough that you're going to do anyways, right? You put it into Opus and you say, go ahead and make whatever 30-second clips. It's gonna break it down. You're gonna say, get rid of any pauses, get rid of them. For me, get rid of any bad word I put in there, and it's gonna clip it. And then you're gonna get all these series of little clips, and it's going to rate you and say, this clip is probably most likely gonna go viral. It's 99% gonna go viral. This one over here sucks. I'm sorry, stinks. Stinks clip. It's probably only 10% viral. So then you take your virals right there, right in Opus. You can put your command word. If you want the buyer, comment buyer, Opus would send it the stuff. But you can then schedule, let's say we picked 8 clips we like. Coming soon, just clip them for the next 8 days to go out in 6 different platforms. And once you understand the system, you're doing all of this in less than an hour. And you're creating excitement for your listing on up to 6 different platforms. It's called Open.
Opus.
It's
right.
It's on the list, that paper, wherever that is. Yeah,
It's on the back of the
Opus.
And Lauren will tell you, start with all the free versions of the stuff and use it. And then once you use it, then look at upgrade.
Most of these platforms are in the like $10 to $25 a month range if you upgrade them. You certainly should not upgrade all of them. Figure out what works for you and your business and upgrade those.
Well, even at the AI class, what's her Lauren?
Lauren.
She uses so many of them. and She's like, I think I spend $400 a month.
Yeah, they're not
So it's
super
not even
expensive.
like that she's got this crazy insane overhead. She uses a lot and it's $400.
Let me be very clear. I was on a sales call yesterday. $300 a month. Do not get duped by that stuff.
Yeah.
You can do this. We will help you.
we're gonna do an Opus clip, we're gonna do a clip and put it for Opus for Shred Day. So that we have that to market every single year. Right?
It's gonna be great.
We don't have to do anything. We just have to stand out there and take the video of the people like doing the stuff, the people dumping the stuff. The electronics, you have stress issues, come help me just crash electronics, all of it. We're just gonna, then we're gonna put it through Opus and say, create us marketing clips.
Do you guys have any like glaring questions or ahas from this section? Yeah.
One of my favorite things that you pointed out here was the lead magnet. There's actually a really good book that talks about that called .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. It's really good because when you do offer things like lead magnets, it's usually free content that people that might not know if they're looking to buy or sell will still invest in your content if you give them valuable things that are free.
Yeah.
So then you can keep them within like your social media circle, even if they're not motivated to make. Yeah.
What's
Do me
that
a
book
favor,
called
put
again?
that in the or put that in the
Facebook.
that.
And what's the name of that book again?
It's actually a free book series. The first one's called .com Secrets, but it goes all about like the funnels. So like when you get people to invest in your free stuff, the more you follow up with them and provide them value, the more likely they're going to invest in things that actually are like paid stuff, whether that be like people making a move with a real estate transaction or coaching or whatever it might be.
It's how every app with in-app purchases works. I mean, it's a very basic concept, but it is interesting the way you are thinking about it and how you're applying it to real estate. Yeah, if you could throw that in the group, I'm sure people would take advantage of that. Okay, are you ready for level 3? Is anybody just totally overwhelmed and over it already? That's all right. It's okay.
And something I suggest, if you see something on here that you want to learn about, just send me an email and say, I want to learn about this. I'm going to start scheduling class topics and I will offer Zoom as well. You can't be here.
Okay. Level 3. Some of this I've used, some of this I have not, so I'll just be honest about that. But Notebook LM, this is like
3 minutes.
I'll be quick. I won't get into these. This is kind of pretty far on anyway. People love Notebook LM. Is anybody using it right now?
I love it.
Yeah,
It's for
people are obsessed with it. Tell us what you're using it for.
writing. I love it
Yes.
for writing.
Yep. It can do a lot, kind of like in a more organized, like focused way than your regular ChatGPT or Gemini, that kind of stuff. Poppy AI, I have no concept of this other than what Lauren said. So if this is a resource you love, check out Poppy AI and let me know what you think. Okay, remember how I was talking about, this is where I really want to focus my last few minutes, and I'll run through that at the end. Remember how I talked about you can stack AI? And you can have someone go from clicking or from typing in command on Facebook to
Reading
being
someplace.
in your command
Information
database.
to the other.
Okay, that's through make.com or Zapier. And so basically command works with them both. It is integrated. And so what you can do is hook your things up through that platform so that you go from one to another to another to another without you even touching it after it's set up. I know that's kind of hard to conceptualize.
Big picture on this, you guys, Lauren taught herself all of this stuff in less than 18 months because her team of 4 disappeared. And she is a mom of a blended family. And so she taught herself in less than 18 months. She now sells 100 units a year and they never talk to the client until they're a qualified lead ready to start to buy or sell.
They've interacted with the client, just not personally, right? The client doesn't know that they haven't talked to them yet. But that's the platform that if you're really interested in stacking your AI to save yourself time and generate leads in your sleep, those are the 2 platforms, either or.
When you say staff, can you elaborate?
I know I'm trying to explain it in a way that doesn't get too into the weeds. Okay, so from your Google form,
You're leading information from one place to the other.
yeah, I mean, it really is just like connecting the 2 platforms so they're talking to each other without you being involved. So that you can go from your Google form to command. And that's like a very simple one. Okay, so let's just talk about that. Let's say you have a great, I'm trying to like think of why you use this way, but you can have it go from a Google form straight into your command database with no touching, no manual entry. So for if you're using that Google, can anybody think of a reason you might want to do that?
Open house. Yeah.
Now it's straight into your command.
Which there's a way to do that, but. anyway,
Yeah,
I'm not
but
even doing that.
that's just a very simple way. That
Never
is like
mind.
the most basic way I would use those, but there's so much more you can do with that.
Yeah.
Okay, digital twins. This one's a little weird, but whatever. You can clone your voice and yourself so that when they fill out that Google form, it tells 11 Labs what that client wants, what they're looking for, and you basically within the hour send them a personalized video that's not you, but it's your face and your voice because you've given it the information it needs to now send somebody a personalized video that they don't even know you didn't make. Has anybody used any of that video AI like that?
It's still,
It's interesting. So that's the one I would say proceed with caution because I think it can come across as inauthentic.
well, your mouth is still,
Janice, did you?
doesn't quite
Yeah.
get the mouth, it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janice
But-
did too.
I would say be careful.
It's available.
It's not hard to tell that it's
Yeah.
AI if you look at it, and that can look really.
Janice has
crappy.
something. Social media does it all.
Janice, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, Janice.
So, you have to be very careful because I threw it out to a handful of clients and said, what do you think of this? And they said, I would be angry if I thought I was talking to you.
Yeah.
And then you showed up and you were not.
So it needs some work.
Yeah.
Just,
Not only does it need work, it's really inauthentic.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can tell, but I promise to provide you resources. You decide whether you use them. I would recommend you don't use those for now. Okay, is anybody using an AI assistant? Okay. I haven't dug into this enough to know its capabilities, but I know that, I don't want to talk myself out of a job right now. I know people that have totally replaced their director of ops with AI. I do not recommend that based on the person. It's possible. But there's a lot that you can do. I was gonna say, they're not, I don't think they're all created equal, but you can do so much with Comment Atlas. Cowork is through Microsoft, I think. Is that theirs? I don't remember. And Manus. Okay, and so you basically the way Lauren has it set up is her assistant gets a screen, she gets 2 screens. And so constantly her assistant is working in the background to execute tasks based on what she's doing. That is as much as I know about that right now.
Joe's using that.
Yeah, it's a cool tool.
And he
I'm
can't
going
stop
to use
geeking out about it. Every day he comes home and he's like, look what my assistant made today.
Yes.
And it's like a whole report.
I make dinner.
Right.
That's
There's a robot.
Right.
so
Where's
just
my rose?
know that there's so much out there. If you're struggling in your business in any way, shape, or form, leverage wise, there's probably a resource to help you bridge that gap. But if you're not ready to hire, you know, an admin or a director of ops, if you're not financially there yet, there's probably a stopgap for you that would make sense.
You guys, AI cannot be you. They can duplicate you, because they can look like you, they cannot be you.
But I'll
This is a people business that has a number of tools. So anybody who's freaking out thinking AA is jokingly with Val, that AI is gonna replace them, no, they're gonna make you better, smarter, work easier and not hurt. If you're gonna be in this business in 5 years, if you listen to Gary Vee, get on board at some level.
I do want to talk about this, but we're not gonna, it's got some hiccups trying to communicate between all this system right now, but there is a aistudio.google.com. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever used.
I'm gonna try to go there. Okay. Because I feel like I need.
It can basically, you're talking to it and you're sharing a different screen with it.
Can I do it? I know. Can you see my KW command screen?
I'm sorry, I can't actually see your screen. I'm just a text-based AI.
Yeah. Can you see?
Is
it
there
now?
something specific you're seeing on it that you need help with?
This is the
Or
help.
maybe a question about how to do something in Command?
Can you see my screen now? Basically, what I'm trying to do is have her see this, walk me through something in here, which I've been able to do without all the zooms on.
Okay, so basically what you can do with this platform is you can share your screen with it. So if you're trying to file your taxes, if you're trying to set up a smart plan in Command, if you're trying to send out a newsletter in Command, if you, whatever you're trying to do online, you can share your screen with this AI, turn your mic on, and you just ask it how to do what you're trying to accomplish. If it says
No,
click on
I
this-
still can't see your
It's
screen.
not working.
I'm
if you
I'll show you
click
how
on
to-
something and it gives you several options and you're not sure what those options are or what to do next, ask it. It'll tell you what each option means on the drop-down menu and where you should proceed based on what you've told it you want to accomplish that day. So it is a really cool tool. If you're interested in using it, we will sit down one-on-one with you and show you how to use it on your computer and go from there.
Yeah, it's
You
not,
will for one more day.
I will.
I will always.
It's me.
I will always.
It's me.
Does anybody have any questions?
Let's have a funny story.
Yeah.
My wife was on the AI a lot last couple of weeks, and we're dealing with 90-year-old family members that we're trying to help out and all this stuff. So she's going on there and asking all sorts of questions about this and that and other stuff. So she's not doing that. A couple of days later, she's back on AI asking some other things unrelated to that. And ChatGPT comes at a question and says, "So how's your 91-year-old mother?" Like, weird.
It's listening.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's so much you can do. I would just say, like, don't let it overwhelm you. Just figure out what your pain points are and go from there and solve those pain points versus trying to execute everything all at once. Pick one thing, learn how to use that thing.
Tell me what you want to learn. Communicate with me with what you want to learn. Just, I would take a chunk at a time. What's your pain point right now? And we'll focus on, I want to do a class a week, honestly, if I can get the attendance. Doesn't have to be 20 people.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Because I'm learning too, and I learn when I teach.
There's no use in fighting it.
I totally agree.
100%.
Okay,
Honestly,
that's-
if you fight it, the gap between you and the people that are really killing it is just going to get bigger and bigger. So just embrace it and do what you can do with it that suits your business and your needs at this time. Don't feel like you have to be an AI guru like Lauren Lucas, but there are certainly some things you can do.
And I always say because we have a lot of stuff being launched. We not only have New Ignite, which is Breakthrough 120, we have DocuSign that's going away, we have AI that's all over the place. Instead of pushing it away, think of it, you're learning something and you're keeping your mind sharp, because that is very important as you go through your life, learning things instead of I'm using this because I've used it for 50 years, 30 years. I know it's painful, especially when you have business going on, but be open to learning because it's gonna help you in the future is what I say. So.
Honestly, it'll keep your brain
sharp,
not growing, but
I
not
don't know all this stuff either, but I teach myself how to do it. And there are parts that are frustrating to me too. Like yesterday,
we could not
I
get
could
something
not
working.
figure something out, and I understand sometimes you just have to set it aside and come back to it. And eventually you figure that out. Yeah, this morning.
Well, I was excited to share that with you. Hopefully you learned a thing or two that made you curious. At the end of the day, just stay curious.
Thanks, you guys. Stay curious.
Be curious.
Thanks.
Ted Lasso says.
Recordings are always in our Sunday email and on our YouTube page by the end of today.
Lunches in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you guys for attending online. Good to see you.